Did anyone else grow up with Pokemon? I kind of did, just a little bit. Not as much as Shane or Cody, as they expressed in the last video, but I still think it's pretty cool. We finally finished the Pokemon STI themed headlights. We're gonna go back, grab those off the testing shelf, and they are ready for final photos. Let's go grab those, get them in the photo booth. Oh, that is a long plant. There's a lot of reorganizing going on around here, moving the shop around. So if you saw our last video, we were actually finishing up these headlights, mainly polishing the lenses. These are used headlights for our customer Elmin's STI. His car is actually pretty sweet. Currently in the process of getting a wide body installed with a custom paint job. So he wanted these super one-off headlights to go with that one-off car. So as you can see, the lenses look so much better than they did in the last video. No more like scratches. We polished them out inside and outside, so they're looking real fresh now. But yeah, the guys got those sealed up shortly after I left in the last video, I believe. So these are done. We're gonna get final photos here in the photo booth. We'll get the Bluetooth remote hooked up, get these guys turned on, and show you what they look like. Also, let me know if you guys have been enjoying these videos the last couple weeks. We are trying to upload every Saturday at 10 a.m. So expect to see an upload every Saturday morning. That's Eastern time. But yeah, let me know if you guys have been liking these videos. We've had a ton of fun making them. It's more of like a behind the scenes, our everyday duties here, and just having fun with building the headlights. In the last video, you would have seen these 350Z lights being sealed up. Those are all done, ready to go out to our customer Frank. This is what we need to power all of the components inside these headlights. This does look like a lot, and it is a lot. There's a lot that went into these headlights, probably the most multicolor features that I've seen in a while, all in one pair of headlights. This is what we need to hook up these headlights. When our customer Elmin does get these headlights, they're already pre-color labeled, showing him exactly where he needs to plug in everything to the headlight side. So orange to orange, green to green, purple to purple, and so on. We try to make this harness as plug and play as possible so that you don't have to do any guessing of where everything goes. Just connect your colors together and that's it. So this harness, I'm gonna try and set up as clean as possible, even in the photo booth, so that when we go to take final pictures, it's a little bit easier to edit out some of the little color tags that you'll see sticking out above the headlights. I like to touch up as much as I can in like the background of the headlights, so the only focus is the headlights themselves. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make it look as clean as possible beforehand so that it saves me a ton of work later from editing these pictures and video, and just make it a little bit easier on myself. So we have showed this in previous videos, but I just wanted to go over it again to show you guys how we power our headlights in the photo booth, even though they're not attached to a car like they will be once they're on the car. You have your Bluetooth remote that we hang typically to our right side over here. It goes to our power capacitor right here. You got your positive and ground. That goes to the positive and ground of the Bluetooth remote back there. For this setup, it's gonna be interesting. I actually have two Bluetooth remotes that will run off the same app. You'll have your own channels and everything to control these. But since there is so many components in these, you have your hex hail, demon eye, multicolor gills, and multicolor sea light all in one headlight. So that's a lot of components. You can even see on the back side here, there's a lot of wires coming out of these. These are what's going to correspond to these color tags. So once we made up these plugs to the right ones, we'll put color tags on here so that the customer knows exactly where these go. We'll basically run both Bluetooth remotes to this side over here, tuck the drivers back here. So you can see like one side, this should be the passenger side. This would have been the driver's side. So we'll kind of just recreate what the car would look like here, but with just the headlights. These are what the color tags look like before they actually get mounted to the RGB harness. So I'll just go ahead and start mating up these colors to the corresponding wires on the headlight side. You can see I have the demon eyes on the passenger headlight right now. So I'm gonna start off with those two and work my way on to the next component. And there we have it. We got our two demon eyes on this side labeled, and we'll just keep going. And about 20 minutes later, I have everything connected. Luckily, no one will have to do this after we do it, so we kind of take care of it for you. But all the color tags are on there. It took a little bit to get this set up. I'm also gonna rearrange some of these drivers to make it look a little bit better. So you can see how this one's like sticking up. We don't want that. We want everything to be laying flat. Quality pictures. The next difficult part is I have to pair to every single one of these components. So once again, that's something you'll have to do only the first time, and then you're good to go from there. All right, we have the headlights set up. It is time to show you guys the final product. Let's do this. And we are done with these headlights. I can't wait to see these on the car eventually when it's done with the paint and wide body, because these look pretty sweet. I hope our customer Elmin is super stoked with them, just like we are. These were super fun to watch the guys build, because you know I ain't building nothing. I just make them look cool at the end. I guess I'll go over what's been done to these, because I don't think we said that. Carbon fiber hydro dip, V1 hex halos, profile demonized for both high beam and low beam, high beam projector retrofit using the Morimoto mini HB LED, custom acrylic RGB gills in the center portion of the headlights, the Morimoto RGB C lights here, as well as, forgot to show this, both side markers are smoked and they are etched with characters from Pokemon. Let me see if I can get this one. There he is. And on to whatever's coming next. I don't know. So from here, the headlights will go get packed and they will hit the road. Okay. What are you doing?
Etching some lenses today.
Oh, I showed the people earlier this organization. I like it. Did you do that?
Yes, I did do that.
Looks good.
I like things organized.
I don't know what we're going to use those for, but...
I hate chaos. We are doing 18 plus part etching. As you can see that I have cut it out, but I have not done all the weeding for it yet.
But you did the what?
Weeding.
Are you promoting what I think you're promoting?
No, I'm talking about taking all of this apart that I'm struggling with now, right now, for no reason.
For real, weeding is, explain weeding.
Pretty much just doing this. Once it's cut out and you get the images, because I cut out nice little circles for the lenses. Hopefully it is the right size. I think I measured it right. We'll take this thing that looks like a pen, but it's not. It's got a little sharp tip.
I believe you call that your weed pen?
Yeah, this is your weed pen, and then you come in here. Usually I have a light table underneath to make it a little easier, but see?
Boom.
Boom.
So then wherever the vinyl's missing, that's where the sand blasts.
Yeah, where our aluminum media, it's called.
That's what we use? We don't use sand?
No.
Oh,
We use
nice.
aluminum media.
I didn't know that. We're just shooting metal at lenses.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. This is where I definitely need our sweet light table that we got. Plug that in. Turn it on. Just kidding, turn it on. We'll take our nice little transfer tape here that I'm almost out of. It's the last two pieces until our Amazon order gets in.
Yeah, why are they being so slow?
It's not them, that's on us. I put it.
Why are you so slow?
Because I put it in the cart and then I never hit buy again, thinking Cody was gonna buy some stuff because he's out and blaming him.
Oh, shots back at him.
So we never ordered it last week until the beginning of this week. So take this. Usually, depending on the image, we have to flip the image. So if you ever get an email from me, you'll see that the image is backwards. This is actually why. So that when I put this on the transfer tape, this is the non-stick side. So that actually comes through on the lens correctly instead of backwards.
Except for this part doesn't make a difference.
Yeah,
so.
it's asymmetrical.
This one actually looks as it would.
And then we take this nice lens. And with these lenses are real fun. If you don't mark the top, you'll forget which way they go because they actually go in there in the lens holder a certain way with these little tab guys. So if you ever do these 18 plus, when you take them out, make sure you mark the top or the bottom. I usually do the top because they got this weird little indent. So that way it's easier.
These are also plastic lenses, right?
Yes, these are plastic. So when trying to clean these, you don't really want to put too much pressure on them because they scratch super easily. I know because I've scratched them. And then Jeff yelled at me.
Did you cry though?
A little bit. We nicely rub this on here to get it so it'll stick a little bit.
Nicely what?
Rub it on there a little bit, you know? Bam. Got our beginning stages of the etching. I'll take this nice tape here. We used to use the 3M tape, painter's tape, which is super nice, but like I don't like wasting nice tape for this because
for blasting sand or
aluminum.
Sorry, aluminium.
This doesn't stick as well, so it doesn't leave as much residue all over everything, so it's easier to clean, especially on these plastic lenses. But it still provides great protection against the media.
Great what?
Protection. And then I take a little razor blade here. Usually I take our old crappy one and cut on it instead of using this one, but I did not do that this time. And then I'll go around, I'll put this tape like this. This is the best way to cover it up, because then you're not putting 100 pieces on here to try to cover it.
Which is how I still do it, because I can't do that.
It's really not
well,
that hard.
I can do that, but just not as like clean as what that's coming out to be.
I've had a little practice. I'll take and rip a little piece off to cover up the top. That is all protected, besides the piece that needs to be etched.
On to the next one.
The second. So, now that we got these all prepped, I'm gonna go put them in the sandblast cabinet and prep myself to start blasting.
What? Look, it's our favorite room with the good lighting.
Dirty room.
Dirtiest room has the best lighting.
Alright, so you seal that up. Look at my gloves and my hearing protection. Got my hearing and my gloves.
What are you listening to?
Nothing. We have our nice little vacuum to help keep airflow in there proper. Let's do it. Turn that off. Now we get to check. Give it a little blow in here.
You'll give it a little what?
A little blow, a little bit. Keep some of the media actually in the cabinet. Save as much of it as possible. I can check from here. Looks like I got all of it. Take the tape off in here. Take this one more time. Off to taking the vinyl off. This is where we have these rags all over so we can set the lenses down without setting them on hard surfaces. Grab a new razor blade, plastic razor blade, because of them being plastic lenses. Very lightly start it, just enough to grab it with my fingers.
Back
Got
over
my
to
nice-
the bad lighting part of the shot.
Yes.
There's literally a
Bad
light
lighting
facing
over here.
outward.
Take this, spray a little bit on the lens just to make sure we get the adhesive off. Take this, like I said, these being plastic, you don't want to rub hard because you'll scratch it.
Rub what?
Hard. Dab it a little bit around. Get the front. Check with lighting. Make sure you don't have any streaks.
Always check in front of all of your giant trophies too. What
Someone
are we looking at
nicely printed out a label that says, "Does your mother still hang out at dockside bars?" It's gonna go on my car. Now that we got these clean, we can set them back in the lenses, lens holders. This is what I was talking about with these 18 plus. They're a little weird. They have these little tabs in here that locate the lens. Certain ones are actual lens holders and some are just there for structure. That's why I always mark them, just so that way easier to know right where to go in. You don't have to sit here, struggle, just snaps in. You could see like how that one isn't, and then that one actually holds. That one holds. There's one over there.
If any of you would like your own custom etching, Shane is the guy who will do it. I'll put the link down below in this video to any of the custom etchings, different patterns. You can pretty much do like any 2D design. It just doesn't really show like any shadowing or colors. Shane's the man to do it. We're getting close to the end of our day here, so we will pick up with this tomorrow.